What's up? You're back with Steph with your 7-minute metal update. We've got an electric guitarist from Five Finger Death Punch, Jason Hook. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, my pleasure.
So congrats, dude. We finally got around at the station here to watch the Golden God Awards the other day. That's amazing. How did Lift Me Up with Rob Halford come about?
Well, we just spent 8 months in the studio, and the whole time you're recording and writing, you're kind of thinking, which one of these is going to end up being the first song? And it kind of has to, the first song off a new record is kind of important. It should have, it should be pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated or deep or anything like that. So we were this one was always looked like it was going to be the one. And somebody just suggested, what if we get Rob Halford on this? Everything starts the conversation.
Yeah.
And it just gets thrown out there and you go, that would be pretty cool.
Well, badass.
What's his number?
That's how everything starts. I love it, dude. Well, we're stoked on this end. July 23rd, Volume 1 of The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell comes out. So you guys couldn't fit it all on one album, it seems.
That's true. We kind of took a different approach with this record. I mean, we went into album number 4 thinking that it was just going to be album 4. And, the music, comes from, like Zoe and I are, the 2 guitar players, and we're pretty much writing material nonstop. And so we kind of set this record up like with our producer, Kevin, let's record all of it. Let's structure it so that anybody that has a song can go down to the studio and just work it up,
Awesome.
And so I think the idea was that so we're not forced to try to pick which ones should we pursue, which ones should be finished, which ones do we think are going to be the special songs. That's very hard to do when the songs are in their infancy,
Yeah, especially when it could come out and something could take off, if you didn't put it on the album.
It's too hard to tell. So, and we're very prolific. We work hard. There's a lot of material coming down the chute at any given moment, and so we just structured it so that let's try to work up all of this material and then figure out what to do with it. And I think the idea originally was to maybe just let the good songs live on one record, but we were everything that we were working on. We're like, I think it might be smarter to do 2 records instead of throwing half of the stuff in the garbage.
Yeah.
But let's just divide it onto 2 records and let it all live. I mean, I think at this juncture we can kind of change, we can kind of modify the rules a little bit, because we've had some success and we're lucky, and so we're like, well, that's what we want to do, so that's what we're going to try to do instead of like I said, putting half of it away and to never be heard.
Yeah, no, I think it's a smart idea. I think it's great. Do we have a release date for the second album or not yet?
Not yet. I think that's still kind of up in the air, but I would expect sometime maybe September, October.
Okay, not too far.
July, August, September, October. Yeah, probably October-ish.
Jason Hook counting months.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Right.
So wait, you guys are hitting Germany. You're going all over here pretty soon in June. What can you not go on tour without?
Well, it's funny. I've had this question a few times. I would say definitely 100%. A very predictable stock answer, but the laptop.
Yeah, you need it for everything.
It is sort of the portal to the universe. I mean, I'm kind of a computer enthusiast anyway, but just the ability to be able to work, answer emails, certainly do a check-in on banking and make sure things are, bills are paid and all that stuff. I mean, it's just, I can get on FaceTime with my friends and my family and all that stuff. It's just, it has become just such an important tool for the traveler,
See, I would say I wouldn't bring, I would not bring my laptop, but it's more for youporn.com, on the road.
Well, I was going to go there.
It's not for banking.
I'll keep this pro, right?
No, it's okay. We can get a little crazy at the studio, but okay. So we have our third question coming from my buddy Joey. What's the hardest album to play live, start to finish? The Way of the Fist, War of the Answer, or American Capitalist?
Wow, that's a crazy question.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Well, I don't know. It's for me,
Yeah, just guitar wise.
I would say that for me personally, it may be Way of the Fist only because that was the record that I was not on.
Yeah, you jumped on a little later, so
I came in for War's the Answer, and so I mean with War's the Answer, American Capitalist, and the new one, I mean that's material that I was involved writing, so it's not like it's not I'll have to teach myself how to do my stuff.
You already got it down. Awesome.
Yeah, but I mean certainly when I came into the band after Way of the Fist, I had to learn all of the stuff that was there before me. So that's always a challenge, when you have to learn stuff that you didn't write or record.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, we've got one more minute for a metal update on Mondays, and I'm going to rattle off 2 selections, and you have to choose one of them. Okay, Carmen Electra or Pamela Anderson?
Carmen Electra.
That was easy. In-N-Out or McDonald's?
I'm going to go McDonald's.
All right. Ocean or mountains?
Ocean.
Ocean. Jeff Beck or Jimmy Page?
Jeff Beck.
All right. Okay, Joan Jett or Pat Benatar?
Pat Benatar.
Okay, thank you so much for playing along, Jason. Thanks for stopping by. We're looking forward to July 23rd. Everyone go on iTunes, CD Baby, everywhere that you can to get The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell, Volume 1. And hopefully we see you guys on tour here pretty soon.
Thank you, Stephanie. Always a pleasure.
All right, thanks. Bye.